Hey everybody, Scott Johnson here with the Mack Talks, and we have an entrepreneur that is in hot water, and his name is Dan Snyder, the owner of the Washington Redskins. There are some crazy things coming out about the Washington Redskins, and I'm going to break all of this down for you guys and explain exactly what's going on with all of these allegations that are being made against the Redskins, and it has nothing to do with the name change. Let's get into it. If you're an entrepreneur, impactful leader, or business owner, the Mack Talks are that vehicle that brings you the stories you need to hear. I'm your host, Scott Johnson, seeking out real stories from real leaders, right here on the Mack Talks. As many of you know, the Redskins have been in hot water because of their name, and this has been going on for years and years and years. And you also know that Dan Snyder said he is not going to change the name. He is never, and he put it in caps, never going to change the name. Well, Dan Snyder has decided to change the name. Obviously, lots of pressure coming down now with everything that's going on within society. So Dan Snyder is feeling a lot of pressure from his sponsors, one being FedEx, who sponsors his field, asked him to change the name. They didn't say what was going to happen, but I think it's pretty obvious what they meant when they told him to change the name. So many of us thought, especially Eagles fans like myself, we're hoping that Dan Snyder would literally stay involved in this franchise and run it into the ground like he has consistently done. But with these new allegations, I'm not sure he's going to make it. And we're going to get into those allegations in a little bit. But before we do, let's get into some of these name changes. So I know one of them was the Warriors. I thought that one was pretty cool. The Red Tails, I think, is the best one. You can literally flip this thing, make it to where they were the racist team with the racist name, and now they're going the opposite direction. So for me, obviously changing the name is a no-brainer. And I think that it's something that should have been done a long time ago. And I feel that finally, because of the pressure that's coming out, and the pressure that's being put on Mr. Snyder, that he is going to actually change the name. The Redskins will still suck regardless of what their name is. I just want to make that very clear, because if Dan Snyder is at the helm, there's going to be some problems. For all the reasons we thought he was the worst owner, which is he runs his franchise like a joke, he overpays veterans through the nose, he rotates coaches on a regular basis. All of those things we've known that Dan Snyder has done. But what we didn't know is some of the information that is getting ready to come out in the next couple of days. And it does not look good for the Redskins. Minority investors are suddenly backing out and vetting buyers. That is a major red flag for our entrepreneurial friend here, Dan Snyder, because what that means is they know something, and they know when that comes out, they don't want to be a part of that team. Now, let's get to the pork of the story. As many of you know, Dan Snyder is trending all over Twitter. The Washington Post is about to release a story on the Redskins and Dan Snyder that is going to shock the world. This Washington Post article is supposedly involving a shocking sex scandal. Is this guy serious? He's gonna have a racist team name and he's gonna run a sex scandal behind the scenes? So let's get into some of these allegations going around on Twitter. According to two sources close within the DC media world, the alleged bombshell report involving the Washington Redskins will contain the following. Dan Snyder abuses drugs. Not shocked at all. Drugs and alcohol. Another allegation is that he's paid off NFL officials to fix games. Are you serious, Roger Goodell? Are you serious? And get ready for this one, because this one blows my mind that this could actually even happen, and I hope it's not true. Snyder and former Redskins coach Jay Gruden pimped out cheerleaders to season ticket holders while holding their passports for them in a foreign country. Are you serious? This is happening in the NFL? This is happening with an NFL franchise? And it goes further and further. Redskins running back Kabreet Bibbs and Jay Gruden were sleeping with the same thought. What happened with that? Let me tell you. Gruden got a little upset and benched Bibbs. Are you serious? What in the hell is going on with this franchise? During that game, Bibbs was benched. His replacement missed a block that resulted in Alex Smith's career-ending injury. Wow. Why does it take so long for this type of stuff to come out? How does this type of stuff happen in the workplace? I come into the office without a mask on, and my employees are literally ready to call 911. But over there at the Redskins facility, they're pimping out cheerleaders. Pimping them out. They're holding sex parties where there was rampant drug use and even sexual assault. Snyder held nude photo shoots with Redskins cheerleaders. This is all part of a pending FBI investigation, and I have a feeling that this FBI investigation is going to end a lot different than Bubba Wallace's and the NASCAR one. I got a feeling. People are even speculating if Dan Snyder is hanging out with this guy. And we know how that goes. You do not want to be tied to this guy under any circumstances whatsoever. Back to Jay Gruden for a second. I don't know if you've all seen this video.
Thank you. Thanks for that. Have a great night. All right.
Now we know just because he's hanging out with a younger woman does not mean that he was doing something wrong. That's perfectly could be a great explanation for it. I don't know. But the part where he's sitting on the ground smoking a joint, there's a bunch of young people standing around. I don't know. This doesn't make me feel so good. I don't think that John Gruden would approve of his brother being in this type of situation. And I think that the Redskins did set him up because they do things like this on a regular basis, apparently, and this is their move. I can't imagine what this story is going to be when it finally drops. I can't imagine all the details that are going to be behind it. There are some serious cryptic tweets about the toxic culture of the Redskins coming out from lots of big name writers. Jason LaConforta tweeted, "The warped and toxic culture of Washington football team is about to be exposed in a sickening fashion again." My main man, Pat McAfee, said, "If this Washington news is anywhere near true, shit's gonna be bonkers." Mike Freeman, "Clear your schedules, Washington fans." So if these allegations are true, I can't see how that the NFL does not come down on him and take away the team from him. As I mentioned earlier, these investors, these minority investors that are trying to sell are obviously terrified. And that really tells you everything that you really need to know about this story and whether these allegations are true or not. For me, I'm just completely blown away that an NFL franchise could do something like this with their season ticket holders, with their cheerleaders, with their staff, and get away with it for so long, especially when they had a name like the Redskins that everybody hated them for. So it's going to be very interesting, and I'm really looking forward to see what this whole entire story is all about. Apparently, these teams can put a lot of pressure on their team, on their employees, to make sure that they don't report these things. And as you know, the way things are going now, everybody is getting exposed, except for Donald Trump's tax returns. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, do not forget to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and make a comment below. Let me know if you think these allegations are true. Let me know if you think they're made up. Let me know if you think they're trying to blackmail him. I'm not really sure, but I can't wait to find out more information so we can uncover this, and stay tuned for part 2.